Good morning, I'm Craig DeGrelli. It's Thursday, May 8th, 2025, and these are your Unbiased Updates. President Trump promises a major trade deal with representatives of a big and highly respected country to be announced this morning. Who it might be and what's on the agenda when it comes to trade rival China. And black smoke so far, but all eyes are on the Sistine Chapel chimney at the Vatican to see when the College of Cardinals picks a new pope as day 2 is underway.
From the Straight Arrow News Studio, bringing the stories that matter to you from across the United States and around the world, these are today's Unbiased Updates.
President Donald Trump today is expected to announce the first of what he says will be many major trade deals since implementing steep tariffs on countries around the world, then offering a 90-day reprieve. In a late-night post on his Truth Social platform Wednesday, the president said the deal is with a, quote, big and highly respected country. However, he did not say which country. ABC News is reporting sources familiar with the matter say it's with the United Kingdom. No matter who the trade agreement is with, it will mark the first signed deal as time ticks down on the 90-day delay he put in place on the tariffs just days after what the president called Liberation Day on April 2nd. Since that pause began, the Trump administration has repeatedly said it's been talking with more than a dozen nations to come to mutually beneficial agreements. This is what President Trump said earlier this week when appearing with the Canadian Prime Minister.
So I wish they'd stop asking, how many deals are you signing this week? Because one day we'll come and we'll give you 100 deals. And they don't have to sign. All they have to do is say, oh, we'll start sending our ships right now to pick up whatever we want or to bring whatever we want. It's very, very simple. And I think my people haven't made it clear. We will sign some deals, but much bigger than that is we're going to put down the price that people are going to have to pay to shop in the United States.
Meanwhile, the U.S. still has not opened discussions with its largest trading partner, China. It's currently the only nation not receiving the 90-day grace period, with 145% tariffs now imposed on all Chinese goods coming into the United States. China has countered with 125% duties on American goods arriving over there. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says a planned meeting with Chinese officials in Switzerland this weekend will serve as an early phase of negotiations, but he says those discussions will likely be more about de-escalation. Pakistan claims it downed 12 Indian drones across the country overnight in what it called a serious provocation that wounded 4 soldiers and killed at least 1 civilian. A Pakistani military spokesperson says one of the 12 drones was able to partially engage a target near Lahore, a city of around 13 million people near the border with India. Meantime, residents in Indian-administered Kashmir faced a night of cross-border shelling by Pakistani forces, leading to evacuations in some areas. Pakistan's prime minister has vowed to respond to India's strikes in Pakistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir with decisive action, and he says India must pay a price. A federal judge has temporarily blocked President Trump's plan to deport migrants to Libya or Saudi Arabia or any other third country for that matter. The order comes as the United States was expected to transport the non-citizens who are from the Philippines, Vietnam, and Laos to Libya this week. Libya's government of national unity on Wednesday rejected the use of Libyan territory as a destination for deported migrants without its knowledge or consent, saying the U.S. did not coordinate with them to transfer migrants. The Libyan National Army, which controls eastern Libya, also rejected the idea, saying in a statement that taking in migrants deported from the U.S., quote, violates the sovereignty of the homeland. Lawyers for the deportees claimed in federal court in Boston that anyone sent to Libya faces a strong likelihood of imprisonment, torture, disappearance, or death, given Libya's human rights record. President Trump is changing gears when it comes to picking his Surgeon General. He has nominated Casey Means, a doctor who is now a so-called wellness influencer. There she is with Megyn Kelly. She has close ties to Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. The move comes after the president pulled the nomination of Fox medical contributor Jeanette Neshwat. She was slated to appear in front of a Senate committee later today for her confirmation hearing. Means trained as a surgeon at Stanford University, but dropped out of a surgical residency program, saying she became disillusioned with traditional medicine. She later started a health tech company, Levels, that helps people track their blood sugar and other medical numbers. Means also pushes dietary supplements, creams, and other products on her social media accounts. She has been a critic of processed food and believes many Americans are on unhealthy diets that leave them reliant on prescription drugs when it comes to conditions such as obesity and diabetes. She and her brother served as advisors to Kennedy's presidential campaign last year before Kennedy endorsed Donald Trump. On his Truth Social platform, President Trump praised Dr. Casey Means, saying she has, quote, impeccable MAHA credentials, meaning make America healthy again. The president says Means will work with Kennedy to ensure, quote, a successful implementation of our agenda in order to reverse the chronic disease epidemic and ensure great health in the future for all Americans, end quote. He also said the first nominee for Surgeon General, Neshwat, will work in a different capacity at Health and Human Services. In Rome, cardinals have returned to the Sistine Chapel for day 2 of the conclave to pick a new pope who will lead the Catholic Church. Everyone is keeping a close eye on the chimney where smoke billows and gives a signal of what is going on inside. On Wednesday and again this morning, the burned ballots sent out black smoke, meaning no decision has been made. When there's white smoke, it means the College of Cardinals has elected a new pontiff. There are 133 voting cardinals. A 2/3 majority is required to elect a new pope. The cardinals are picking a successor for Pope Francis, who died hours after celebrating Easter Sunday at the age of 88. Finally this morning, Disney has announced plans for its 7th and most luxurious park. CEO Bob Iger says the new Abu Dhabi location will be, quote, the most technologically advanced theme park that we've ever built. He says while complete plans for Disneyland Abu Dhabi have not been nailed down, it will, like most Disney parks, be anchored by a castle. However, this one will be Disney's first real modern castle. Disney is partnering with Migrant, widely known for its immersive experiences and attractions in Abu Dhabi, to create a whole new world with this park. By the way, have you seen the father who's going viral? He took his family of 5 to Disney World in Orlando. At the end of the day, after all the rides and tickets and dinner, it cost $1,400 for one day. Wow, like a mortgage payment. Hope you had a great experience. Those are your unbiased updates for this Thursday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. For all of us here at Straight Arrow News, I'm Craig DeGrelli. Have a great day.